Hey everybody, it is Stryker on 106.7 KROQ at Weenie Roast. Backstage, down a hall, to the right, opened a door, past a man, on a white couch, Lana Del Rey. Hi, Lana Del Rey.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
So your performance already happened,
Yes.
and you feel exhausted, relieved, excited. What do you feel?
I was so excited to get on that stage, and I feel good. It was pretty loud, but I think that everybody was happy, so good.
You have such a great way of having energy that is not contrived.
Really?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. When you're making a record,
Mm-hmm.
is it a fight within yourself to do a certain thing? Maybe you're trying to get there, but you feel better in this position, if that makes sense.
Like when I'm actually making the record?
Correct.
The record is kind of the one part of the whole process, like a part of the whole pie that I don't have to fight myself on anything. I mean, it can take me a long time to finish a record, but it's kind of my most comfortable spot. So I really just get excited to like see what the track list like reveals to me in terms of order and like different production. So.
And when you're going to make a full record and make a collection of songs, obviously now you can put out a song and have it ready in 2 days.
That's true.
But you have to release. It's out of your hands at that point.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the past I've spent a lot of time like on the production, but I did put out a song lately called Coachella, which I
Woodstock
wrote.
Alone, yes.
Yeah,
I love
after
that
Coachella.
song.
Thank you. And it was really cool for me to just be able to kind of release it in real time. And I don't think I've done that in about 6 years. I mean, obviously, before I was signed to a label, I would just kind of put stuff out as I thought about it with just an acoustic guitar. But I feel like it's a really interesting time in music where you can just you can kind of do that again, just see how it goes.
Right. The first minute of the song you were just referring to, I mean, you tell such a great story. All your songs are stories. You can feel them immediately.
Yeah.
Everyone can know the words, but overall, the Coachella experience, specifically that, is positive for you?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I love festivals. Like even today, seeing people get together and sing songs all together, it's amazing, and it's kind of different from everything else. No, I had so much fun during Coachella. It was such an interesting experience. Like, because I love Father John Misty, and I love his
Yes.
wife, Emma Tillman. And we do so much together. And then, like, to see the show go so well. And then the next day, having breakfast, hearing about all the tension that was rising between North Korea and the U.S.
Yes.
It kind of was a shock to my system. So, yeah.
Is it because all this fun is happening, no one within that 10 miles of Indio, people are just kind of in their own little world, while outside of that, all the lunacy is happening?
Yeah, I mean, the people I was kind of seeing shows with were talking about it. I don't really know how many. I know a lot of people weren't talking about it, but I think it was just, that was like a new problem we were experiencing as a country. So
Stevie Nicks, part of the new record.
Yeah.
Now, do you tell her what to do? Like, do it like this. How do you know her? How did she get involved? What's the name of the track? Give us the information if you feel, please.
The track is called Beautiful People, Beautiful Problems. I kind of thought I had finished the record a couple of times, and then one of those times I really felt like I wanted like a woman on the record, and I was talking to my producer Rick Knowles about who would be great to get on the record, and we both kind of could only come up with Stevie. Funny enough, he went to high school with her, and he wrote his first hit with her.
Wow.
I'm so bad I don't remember what song that was, but so he knows her really well, and he called her, and they actually started the track in New York at Electric Lady, and then she flew back, I think, the following week, and she finished it at our studio. And she was amazing. She was, I don't know, she's just kind of everything you hope she's going to be. She's so contemporary, and she knows all the new music that's out like weekly, and she loved the track, and she added so much to it.
I love that she did it how she wanted to do her entire career.
Mm-hmm.
And not only sang songs, but wrote them as well.
Yeah, she's one of those few people I know, like, the muse is the most important thing to her. Like, she always says she, more than anything else, her priority is just following the muse wherever it takes her, whether it's like a 60-date tour or a new record or solo endeavor. So she's inspirational like that.
Is it easy or difficult for you to stay on the exact path you want to be on? Not because you're with a major label, but because there's a lot of people in your world. There's managers and there are record label people and there's a lot of people in your ear, but you have a path. There is so obvious to me as you're an artist and I know that you want to do it like this. Is it hard to do that?
No, I have trouble doing a couple of things, but everybody's so used to me being on my windy, nonsensical path that it's actually been great. Like when I said I wanted to just put out Coachella a few weeks after, everyone was like, great, put it out. And like no pressure, no like hoping that it would, like change the world or anything, just kind of doing it because it was coming from my experience and getting to put it out when I wanted to put it out. But no, I think the only thing that's hard is just, in some regards, it is a decision every day to like wake up and go to the studio all day, every day, or do the same thing with tour. But I do really like doing both.
Do you set a certain time to write a songs, or do you constantly say things into your phone and hum melodies? Or do you say, tomorrow at 9, I'm going to have egg whites followed by songwriting?
I do both. I'm like singing all day long into my phone. And then my producer, he's pretty regimented. So we like usually start around 1:30 or 2 most days. And so I know I'm probably going to be like down there 4 days or 5 days a week. So I guess at the end of the record, I know I'm going to be down at the studio every day. But up until the point like where I've got about 9 tracks in my head, I'm usually just singing in my phone.
Nice.
Yeah.
And do you work with someone like The Weeknd because out of the blue you found him as an artist a few years ago and he was on your radar? Or how does someone like him, who I love that dude, but how does he end up with you and on a song?
Well, he's kind of the reason I was ever on the radio, like 6 years ago or something. He started posting all my videos on his Tumblr and his like social media, and then Fern Cotton from Radio 1 reached out and like wanted to make it her indie track of the week or something, and he's been in touch with me ever since then. Just kind of, he's always been really supportive, and yeah, like he had his own path, which has led him to this place that's crazy big, and but yeah, we've just been friends for maybe the last 6 years. I've got like a good little group of musician friends in LA. He's one of them.
Nice.
So,
do you like living in LA compared to East Coast?
I like them both, but there's a lot more musicians here now. Like a couple people, like Emil Haney, who I like used to produce a lot of stuff for me, is here, and a lot of people who like were producers and doing videos there. I feel like everybody's here, so it's definitely a lot. There's a lot more action here. Yeah.
You've done a great job of building a fan base that is unforced, and they're so dedicated. And I've gotten to know them over the last 2 weeks. I have. They're very, very nice from all over.
They are. They're very nice.
Very, very, very nice.
Yeah.
So the question is, as an artist, how do you maintain that relationship where it doesn't become too close, but you can still not turn them off?
That's a really good question. Well, I've been really lucky in the way that I kind of dip in and out of sort of being around and in public.
Yes.
But it seems like when I come back with a new song or whatever, a lot of familiar faces and names and handles, they're still kind of there. People who just like the music. And so, that's become more apparent as I put out more records. So, I don't know how it works with everybody, but I don't know if I expected that, but it's definitely a blessing. And, like last night on Twitter, before I went to bed, like I saw kids that had their hands out with like a number 1 and a number 2, lined up for the show today. And yeah. I'll like it or I'll comment on it
And
'cause
they'll
I think
remember that
it's
forever.
cute that they're waiting out there like a day and a half before. So it's kind of just like whatever feels right, I guess.
And on that note, thank you for playing the KROQ Weenie Roast.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Congratulations on the career you have built. It's very, very
Thank
impressive,
you.
and it's credible, and it's cool, and you're doing your own little path, and
Thank you. That's
it's
so
admirable.
nice. Thank you.
You're very
I
welcome.
tried.
Good, and you're doing it well. That's Lana Del Rey, and I'm Stryker on a white sofa at the KROQ Weenie Roast.